Hey there, Alex here. This is the new Honor 8C that was just released in Singapore at a recommended retail price of 208 Singapore dollars, and probably even cheaper if you look for it at the right places. This is a really affordable phone, which also means that there are going to be quite a few compromises. I'm not even talking about things like performance, camera quality, software updates, or features like water resistance. At this price point, it's kind of a given that it wouldn't be that great. What I'm talking about are things like the use of a micro USB port, or the lack of NFC, 5GHz Wi-Fi, a gyroscope, and smaller things like that. It is a cheap phone after all, and if you're the type of person to care about those things, you can probably just skip this video right here and look for something above this price point. But if you don't really care about those things, or you're buying the phone for someone else who doesn't, this is actually a pretty nice phone. Despite being made of plastic, the Honor 8C actually looks and feels rather nice. The matte finishing with a slight shimmer to it actually makes it look a little more premium, and the phone feels solid enough in the hand. Then there's the display, which is just 720p, but actually still looks quite good. Even under direct sunlight, it's still usable. It even has a relatively modern looking design with a notch and thinner bezels. You've probably noticed by this point that I'm actually running a third-party launcher on the phone. It's no secret that I'm not a fan of EMUI since it's a pretty heavy skin. It has quite a few useful features, but it's not that great looking, and I feel like on an entry-level phone, it actually affects the performance a little. The good thing about the Honor 8C is that they do allow you to uninstall or disable quite a few of their apps. And with a third-party launcher, it's actually a pretty decent user experience. In terms of specifications, I think the Honor 8C is actually quite competitive for a phone at this price point. It has a decent mid-range processor, a good amount of storage and RAM, and a huge battery. It's not a flagship phone, so it's not going to give you silky smooth or blazing fast performance, but in terms of day-to-day use and even occasional gaming, it's good enough. And have I mentioned that it has a huge battery? On lighter usage, I was able to get close to 2 days out of the phone, which is really great. As with most phones in this price range, the camera performance is just okay. Shots in good lighting looks decent, but falls apart very quickly when it gets dark. Normally, I'm not a huge fan of the AI processing, but because the camera hardware isn't that great, having that AI feature actually does help, especially in low light. It's pretty much the same for the front camera as well, so pretty much as expected. So yeah, like I mentioned at the start of this video, there are a lot of compromises that you have to make to get a phone to this price point. But all things considered, I still think it's a pretty nice phone for not a lot of money. I like the design, the screen looks good, it performs well enough, and the battery life is superb. So if those are the main things that you're looking for, and you're working with a really tight budget, the Honor 8C is worth a look. Thanks for watching this quick review of the Honor 8C. If you've enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content in the future. Thanks again, and see you guys on the next one.